Yes, this is the look I'll be wearing to the quilt group meeting this morning. I'll be running the meeting for the very first time in front of upwards of 50 ladies, so I gotta look fashionable, and I decided to wear this dress with this Kelly bag. And I'm gonna model it two ways, this elegant look and then a more casual look. And then when I get back from my meeting, I will start the video. So I hope you enjoy it. Hello, I'm back from my quilt group meeting. What a wonderful time I had. It's 2 o'clock and I'm going to have my afternoon coffee. We had a wonderful meeting, we had a great lunch, and now it's time for the video. Hi everyone, welcome to So Lovely with Grace. If you're new here, I'm Grace. If you're returning, welcome back. Yes, so inspired. That's how I was today at the meeting. We had vanilla cake, chocolate cake for dessert, so now I'm going to have my coffee. Delicious. So, today I'm going to be talking to you about a magic dress. Yes, a magic dress, coined by Carole from So Carole, as she appropriately called it, the magic dress. Why do you ask? It's the magic dress because it has magical properties. Yes, it has this unique tie front, this new look 6650, this figure flattering tie front. It has this side slip opening for a flirty look, and this forgiving knit fabric that you can use, and it has optional darts in the back. The reason why I call them optional is because I made this dress 2 times, and the first time I put in the darts because of the fabric, and the second time I didn't put in the darts because of the fabric, and they both came out great. I also have, later on in the video, 3 subscribers that sent in their creations, and they are wonderful, so I hope you stay tuned for that. I'm also going to be doing a pattern giveaway with a question of the week for next week. So that's going to be wonderful. And I have a So Lovely tip. So that's what the show's going to be all about today. I hope it's interesting to you. I did model the dresses in the beginning of the video, the very first thing, because I needed to do that before the meeting, before my quilt group meeting that I ran today. I was up there at the podium wearing this outfit proudly, and I had my microphone with this big room full of ladies, and I had to keep them entertained for an hour. So that was a lot of fun. We had a great time. They said I did great. I didn't hear any boos, so I think I passed the test. So yeah, my president, see, I'm the vice president and the president's on vacation, and she asked me to fill in. These are quilt sewers. There's only one person in the crowd, and that was my guest, Melissa. That's a garment sewer that I invited to the meeting, but they still enjoyed it. They still enjoyed my conversation with them. I did bring a Vogue fabric swatch catalog. I have some here. I brought a whole stack of them full of swatches, and they got to look through those, and they were excited about that. So yeah, we had a great time. So today's dress is a magic dress, like I said, and it's new Look 6650, and I've made it in two looks. One is more of a casual look with this double brush knit poly that I got at Joann's a few years ago, and the second dress that I recently made last week is out of this Liverpool knit from Hobby Lobby. And this is more of a casual look. I wore this to last month's meeting and everybody loved it. And then I walked in with this dress today and I told them that it was the same pattern. And that was crazy. And see how fabric can just change the look entirely just by changing the fabric. This to me is more of a formal, elegant look. And if you noticed, the ties on my red dress are satin. Let me show you up close. We have this Liverpool knit from Hobby Lobby that I got. It's a deep, deep red, and it's textured. It has like a pattern in it. If you could see the texture on that, I'm not sure if you could see the texture, but there is a pattern there. And I had originally made the ties out of the same fabric. Well, here are the original ties to my red dress. They're both here, and I had them sewn in. I took them out because they were very bulky. They just didn't lay right. When I tied them, they loosened. No matter how much I pressed, I did not like it. So I decided to go with this satin, this beautiful satin fabric I got at Hobby Lobby, this red satin. It's stunning. And to be honest with you though, the idea came to me through an inspirational pattern. I have a pattern that I bought from simplicity.com because I'm going to be doing a pattern haul in an upcoming video this month. And one of the patterns I saw, I was like, of course I bought this like last month, had no idea I was going to make this magic dress, but when I was frustrated with the ties using the same knit fabric, this pattern from Vogue, look at her. She's got a velvet, it looks like, with a satin tie. Now this tie is a separate piece in this pattern, but the tie that I have on is attached to the dress. So that's where the light bulb went off and I go, I can make the magic dress, do it with this elegant, beautiful red textured knit, and then use satin for the ties, and it came out great. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Wonderful. Also, I did not put in the back darts on this fabric because it was bulky. You know, darts are supposed to be used for shaping and for flattering your figure. So sometimes they might not work to your favor, depending on the fabric. And in this case, it did not work out at all. I put them in and I took them out. I did not like it. Just they just didn't look good, and it looks better smoother without it. But in this case, with this knit that I got at Joann's a few years ago, I made this dress. I did put in, they're buried in there, but here's one of the darts, and then here's the other dart. And the shaping works well with this fabric. And this tie, I use the same fabric with this tie because it's not bulky. So when you're sewing, you can make little changes like that, and it makes a world of a difference. I want to talk about the Liverpool knits at Hobby Lobby that I have, and this dress and a previous dress. If you recall, I made this New Look chain dress a couple weeks ago, the red one with the chain with a Liverpool red knit from Hobby Lobby. It's not the same one that I'm wearing today. This is a different one. And I wanted to show you how different they are. I was shocked. The one I got for the chain dress is a Liverpool knit. I think it's discontinued because it was on clearance. And this is the color. It's more of a rust red, but at the time I thought it was red. And it still looks like that. But the dress I'm wearing today that I got at Hobby Lobby is a Liverpool knit with this color red. But look how different they are. Look how much more of a rust color this is, and this is more of a bright red. Also, this has a Liverpool knit texture. This feels the same too, but it's more like a mini chevron. Can you see the little pattern there? If it comes out, I'm not sure. But they are very distinct. Like I said, this is discontinued, I think, because it was on clearance, but this is still at Hobby Lobby. This is the one I'm wearing today. And in fact, I picked up another 4 yards because they had 30% off, and I love this fabric. So I did actually I did one major change on the instructions of this dress. I followed all of them because they're very straightforward. The only step that was different, and I did it in both dresses, was the neckline. They call for a narrow hem in the instructions, and I finished both necklines with bias tape. The single fold bias tape is what you should use, and I did use ivory single fold bias tape on this dress, but this one I had double fold. I didn't have single fold, and I was just like, well, whatever, I'll trim it off. But I'll show you, because the color matched so perfectly. Look at that. It's spot on. I said, you know what, I'm going to just trim it down. So what I want to show you is at the cutting table how I did the neckline. But before I do that, I want to tell you about the size. When I cut this fabric out in both cases, I did a size 16 at the bust. And then as we got down here to the ties, I tapered it into a 14. There's a side slit opening that's pretty high up, so I just sewed down a couple inches. So it's at the knee bend, so it's perfect for me. I'm very comfortable with that. I kept the length the same. And like I said, in this dress, I kept the back darts, but in this dress, I did not. To finish the neckline, it calls for a narrow hem. And I decided to do bias tape. So I pinned it up here all the way around. Now this is double fold. You're supposed to use single fold. So I'm just going to trim this extra or all the way around before I turn it. So I'm going to sew this up now. I stitched the bias tape to the right side here, and I clipped my curves all the way around. I don't know if you can see the clippings. And now I'm going to trim this little band all the way around because this is double fold bias and it's too thick. As soon as I trim this all the way around, I am going to turn this, this piece here, right here, turn it and understitch right on the bias tape all the way around. Then I'm going to turn this, press it, and then top stitch it. I completed the understitching, and then I pressed this under to the inside of the neckline, and now outside I'm going to top stitch here, and my neckline will be complete. Perfect. So if you can get your hands on this pattern, definitely grab it, sew it up. It's truly magical. And now I want to show you my Babylon leather bags that I modeled in the beginning of this video. The first bag I showed was this cute tote. I made this last year when I first started Babylon leather, and it's one of my favorites. I recently got this ginkgo leaf charm from Babylon leather. It's going to be on my Birkin bag that I'm sewing up, but I just thought it was so classy and it matched so well here. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the details on this particular tote. I like the two-tone, the ivory. I love this crisscross stitching and the feet and the contrast stitching here. All this is hand stitch. I hand stitched all of it, including the handles. I screwed in the hardware. And I'm just thrilled with Babylon leather. I'm currently working on a Birkin bag. And this tote comes with this accessory bag here where you could put in your sunglasses or anything you want. I just thought this was an easy peasy one to sew up. It just looks classy. I'm very happy with it. I love carrying it like this, and it also comes with the strap. So this is one of the bags that I'm so excited about. There's so many bags. I'm telling you, every day when I go out into the world, I am wearing one of these bags. And of course today at the quilt group meeting, I had to wear this bag, the Kelly bag in bright red, which I've shown many times here on my channel. This is a treasure. This is one of my just amazing bags. And one of the girls told me I should be selling these, but you know, I sew for joy, not for work. This is my joy and my pleasure. But she told me, you know, just sell it, just put it out there. You could get $1,000 for it. And you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm keeping my bags. So yeah, this is one of the bags, and it's perfect for this red dress and also for the other red dress that I made. I did wear it with that dress too. So I hope you check out Babylon Leather. They're a great company. And recently I found out they just started this. They're engraving leather. Like my Birkin, I have my name engraved. I don't know if it's for every bag. They said just to email them and they'll let you know. But they have different fonts and I'm real excited about that. So when I'm done with my Birkin, I will definitely be showing it on my channel. And now for subscriber creations. We had 3 subscribers, like I said. And my first subscriber is Cindy Winkler. Let me pull up her email. And what did she say? She says, "Hey there, Grace. Here's my new dress. It's the Mabel dress from Tilly and the Buttons." Okay, yeah, I've heard a lot about Tilly and the Buttons patterns. Very nice. She made it from a fabric called Frog Spring by Heather Ross. She writes, "She's my favorite textile artist. I'll share my matching sandals." So she wore her sandals here. She didn't want to be on full view, but look at that. How beautiful is that? It's so sweet. She's so creative. She does jackets. She does quilts. She does banners. Cindy, thank you for sharing your talent here on my channel. I love it. Absolutely wonderful. And next we have Jeannie Judnick, my fellow Floridian. She lives in Florida too. And she sent in 2 makes this week. "Grace, here are my 2 latest makes. McCall's 6365 top with the drape in the neckline. I've made this in the past. It's cut on the bias and it's a really quick make. She made it out of a cotton. She wasn't too happy about her drape, but I still think it looks wonderful. Definitely wear this, Jeannie. Very nice. It's one of my favorite patterns. The long sleeve waffle knit top, she copied from one that she writes, "I copied it from the one I loved and it was starting to wear out." You know, you got that one piece, that one design that you love and you're like, I can make that. And that's what she did here. Great job, Jeannie. Our next creations were sent in by Terry Enos. And Terry writes, "Happy Sunday to you, Grace. Just wanted to mention the pattern number on the zebra top and the info on the leopard top." So she's been busy making animal print tops, my favorite. The zebra was Butterick 6751. On the back of the pattern there are various views, and the one I did was a crop style and I increased it in length. However, the leopard top was the dress. Now she made a dress, a McCall's pattern dress, McCall's 7622, and when she put that on, she called it the hospital gown, and we were on the phone talking about it, and I was trying to help her and say, you know, you could take out some of the bulk and do whatever you know, anything you want to make it less bulky. She thought it was very full. And she ended up turning it into a blouse. So that's what you see here. And it looks wonderful. And the next dress she made was a Simplicity 1 hour dress, Simplicity 9103. This long sleeve gorgeous dress. I love the fabric. It looks so retro, so 70s. Looks great. Thank you for sharing those, Terry. They're all beautiful. And thank you for sharing your creations here every week on my channel. Please send me an email and I would love to highlight them here. And now for today's So Lovely tip. Now this is a basic tip and you're going to say, really? That's a tip? Yes. The tip is read your instructions. Yes, I said it again. Read your instructions before anything, before cutting, before purchasing your fabric and notions. Read your instructions. You want to pull them out and you want to look at everything. The layouts, the line drawings, how are the pattern pieces laid out, how much fabric you need. Sometimes you'll be surprised at what you find, and I don't like surprises on projects like this. Read every step. Don't assume the seam allowance. Don't assume a lot of things. Look at all the steps, what's involved, and your project will be more successful. And now for next week's giveaway. Next week's giveaway is a Butterick dress pattern. Butterick 6850. Look at this beautiful pattern. Minerva just put out, oh, maybe it was a few months ago, I just recently watched it, a sew along for this pattern. I think they did it for the longer dress, but it applies to both. And you can watch that for this pattern. This is a beautiful dress for the summer. It's rated as easy. Mrs. Jewel or V-neck fit and flare dresses. Fabrics are medium weight woven fabrics, crepe, cotton blends, gabardine, and sateen. A notion is a 22-inch invisible zipper, hook and eye. And the sizes go from 6 to 22. Look at the range on those sizes. So yeah, what are the rules of the giveaway? Well, you need to be a resident of US or Canada because that's where I ship to. You need to be a subscriber to my channel. Please thumbs up this video and answer the question of the week. And this week's question is, what's one pattern you've sewn more than once and why? Please post your response by Monday, June 8th at midnight in the comments, and I will respond with the word entered, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. Good luck! Well, I hope you found this video informative and fun, and most of all, I hope you were so inspired.